Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. Dixie D'Amelio was recently exposed by an ex-classmate for allegedly faking seizures to get out of classes in high school. Deaf Noodles, who is a commentary channel on YouTube, got in touch with an ex-classmate of Dixie's who had exposed her in the DMs. Deaf Noodles had said, "Okay, can you describe the thing? What have people told you that she did specifically? From what I've heard, she would randomly fake a seizure in the middle of class, and after a while, my teacher and people caught on to it. The nurse would come in and take her out of the class." Okay, so you had the same teacher Dixie had? Yup. Did the teacher ever say anything about Dixie faking seizures to your class or to you? To my class. One day kids were making TikToks towards the end of class, then somebody brought up Charlie. He had no idea who she was. Then someone brought up Dixie and he remembered her easily. He said that he had her as a student and that she used to pretend to have seizures during his class and that it got annoying after a while. Do you know how often she faked seizures? Not really, but all I know it was in my teacher's class often, if he was able to catch on to it after a while. Okay, what do you think about the whole faking a seizure to get out of class? I thought it was just a stupid thing to do. Most kids just skip class and the teachers don't care, but faking seizures just to leave class is extreme in my opinion, and is really offensive to the people who suffer from seizures and can't control when it happens. It gave me a bad impression of her. So Dixie had first of all responded to these allegations in a tweet stating, "To all the adults replying to this tweet saying I'm disgusting, how do you think I feel when I actually lived through this and people say I was faking for attention? Maybe think before you type." Dixie had then taken to her Instagram live addressing these allegations. Here's what she had to say.
When I was in sophomore year in high school, I had very bad anxiety. And it got so bad to the point where I developed this thing called PNES, which is psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. And it happened once. It happened on my last day of school because I never went back since I felt really sick that entire day. And I was sick all throughout the day. And I walked out of school and I felt awful. Like I just felt shaky and gross. And then I go back into school and I grab my friend and I'm like, "Can you walk me out to my mom's car because I just do not feel well?" And this happened on April 18th. And so I walk back inside and I grab my friend and we're walking back outside and I fall to the ground and start having, I don't know if anyone, I'm talking about seizures, I don't know if that offends anyone or bothers anyone. Anyways, so I fall to the ground and have a seizure. I start having these and compulsing because it's not an epileptic seizure. And I start compulsing and having these seizures because that is what they're classified as, even if they are not an epileptic. The anxiety brought me to the point of having a seizure, and this is a very, very real thing. Anyways, so I'm taken out of school after having these for a couple minutes, and I am taken to the hospital. And I'm taken in an ambulance off of school grounds, which I never went back to that school again. And then I'm taken to the hospital and I'm there for 2 days where they have constantly monitoring me, and I have over 400 of these compulsions over the next 2 days. I then, after that point, I left the school. I developed a lot more things that come with these, psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, where I developed a stutter. And I was shaking all the time. Anytime I would have anxiety or my heart rate would go up, I would start shaking my legs or something like that. So I was on bed rest since the April 18th day until I started school in September at my new school. And that is why I switched schools. Finishing that rumor too, because it's been a rumor as well that something else happened on why I switched schools. That is why I switched schools. I am like, it's frustrating because I've heard that a lot, that I fake for attention. Then why would I leave schools? Why would I have a diagnosed thing and I have videos of this because they were seeing if they were epileptic or not, and they had to watch this constantly. And so that's basically it. I just wanted to address that right away just because That's something I don't like talking about at all, but I'm not going to let anyone think of me in another way, because that is not fair and not very kind, because it's something that I don't like talking about. It gives me a lot of anxiety talking about, and it's just not really fair to anyone to say that in any other way.
Now, someone else from Dixie's school contacted this commentary channel and claimed the teacher didn't say she faked it, and that it was in fact another student who made these false accusations. They had said, "So regarding this post, I just want to say that it wasn't the teacher who said that about Dixie. It was one of the students. So here is how it all went down. We were talking about TikTok as a topic because somebody brought it up. Then we talked about Charlie and Dixie. A student, I don't want to say their name, said that Dixie used to fake fits to get out of class. I'm only saying this because I don't want the teacher to get any hate about something that he didn't say. You can post this, it's really up to you. I want to keep both the student and I identities private because I don't want them to get hate. But my reason as to why I'm neutral is because I don't know if it's true or not. It's her life and she can do whatever she wants, but there are some things that are going to come to her." The person talking about the teacher not saying it as a lie. A lot of people that I know say that the teacher did say that these events happened. Mind you that we aren't former classmates of her. Also, some people that had her as a classmate did say that she did have these and people caught on saying that they were fake. We don't know if they are fake. People started to talk behind her back, and that's what happened. Some people say it was, and others say that it's not. We might never know because people will believe one thing and others will believe another thing. Now, in more TikTok related news, Hype House manager Thomas Petrou allegedly tried to blackmail one of Tony Lopez's victims. He did this instead of allowing Tony to address the accusations publicly. Tony, for those of you who don't know, has allegedly sent minors explicit pics. Here we can see screenshots of private messages between the victim and the commentary channel Deaf Noodles regarding her current situation. "I'm at a lot of risk right now for coming forward, but I have to go MIA for a while because of this situation. My father's job is at risk because of this situation. That's awful. Why is your dad's job in danger?" Yeah, because F and Thomas decided to call my dad's work company regarding the TikTok and me coming forward. My dad could have been fired just because Thomas will rather do some type of black than having Tony talk about this. The alleged victim had then told Deaf Noodles to say this in the tweet, "Can you try to mention, like she says, if Thomas will like to address the situation, then to DM me and we can try to talk about it instead of trying to ruin a father's life." So the alleged victim had also explained more about what Tony allegedly did to her. So at first it was all a normal conversation, him calling me cute, and I would also engage in the conversation a couple of flirting, but later on he will ask for nudes, and as me being a typical teenager, I did, but then later on I realised I was in the wrong for doing that. That's when I started ghosting him, but he will start telling me what he wants to do with me, or what he wants me to do with him, like me, and he tells me he wants me to give him how he wants to have a threesome, and that he will ask me to link up at midnight, that he can pick me up. He kept asking for the longest, but I will always refuse or come up with an excuse not to. But when he will ask me to link up, and it was obvious for stuff sooner or later I started ghosting him, and he will always question me like, "Hello, are we gonna hang out or not? You never hit me up anymore." I told him no because I have to finish school. A couple weeks later he blocked me on Snapchat. So on top of this, Tony's alleged victim and her friend discussed visiting the Hype House in the DMs, and according to the victim's friend, she was also harassed by Tony. Then a friend of mine, who also is a victim, told me that Tony has actually mentioned me to her, and hang on, I'll send you the screenshot. Wait, OMG, I just remembered. I went to his house. He told me about you. Ellie Mayo. Yeah, cause my sister went too. Oh, for real? Let's hang soon, Tony says. F y'all. Yeah, don't listen to her, so rude. Literally don't even talk to her or associate with her. I don't at least. I think you're awesome, so you're chill. Alright. I don't like when people talk behind my back. That's why I texted you, cause if you and your friends were saying shit about me and my appearance and your house, I'ma get pressed because y'all seem nice and welcoming, you know? Nah, nobody said anything about you. You're fine. Everyone was chill with you. Okay. Now, a while back, we covered the accusations against Tony Lopez, including screenshots of Snapchat private messages from his private Snapchat account. People were unsure whether or not these messages were really from him and if this was actually his account. Turns out it has been confirmed that this was his account because there's a leaked video he had sent from the account, as we can see here.
Maya. This is for my private Snapchat people. Oh, Maya, like my, what's it called, OnlyFans or whatever? Yeah, it's my own Snapchat. So why aren't you swinging it right now? Oh, shit.
Now, one of Tony Lopez's victims had also recently come forward and shown that Tony requested NUDESs from her on Snapchat. She also showed that Tony tried to meet her in her hometown and liked one of her pics on Instagram. It was the exposing video she had made on TikTok. Now, Thomas Petrou has not responded to the allegations of him allegedly blackmailing one of Tony's alleged victims, nor has Tony Lopez responded to any of the allegations against him. However, both are still thriving on TikTok, and their fans haven't given the situation a second thought. So what are your thoughts on all this? Let me know in the comments.